movie to go. Izzy gets a hold of Ty and tells them they have to contact their friends in the digital world to stop the internet menace.
It's been a long time.
Who else is there?
You can collect them all in each McDonald's Happy Meal.
Actually, I think Dairy Queen made the toys for this thing.
You know this and you're not deeply ashamed?
I never said I wasn't.
The kids send their Digimon out to fight the virus, an orange dinosaur and an electric ladybug. And they pulverize it. But all they've done is made it an angry arachnid, who takes off to wipe out the electric devices of the real world. So they call the blonde kid,
Matt,
and his little brother,
TK,
it doesn't matter, I'm gonna forget him tomorrow anyway, who are on vacation to come back to the city and back him up. Less than Jake!
Less than Jake!
All I need is Savage Garden and a theme from Titanic.
Matt and TK send in their Digimon, but the baddie digivolves to his most powerful mega state, Diaboromon, which is totally supposed to be Diablomon, but in case it wasn't obvious, the folks who dubbed this movie are not terribly perceptive. Now they have a real fight on their hands.
There's something wrong with me.
What is it?
I think it's your mother's recipes.
I hate to tell you I told you so, but I told you so!
Christ, there's more poop jokes in this movie than The Phantom Menace.
Actually, this one's a plot point.
Oh good, because I really wanted the diarrhea to play a big part in the story.
With Izzy out of the room, Ty crashes the computer, like you do, cutting off his connection from the Digimon.
Not a single call can get through! Huh? Hello, this is Ty.
Hello, did you program me?
It's Infomon.
Can Spider-Man come out to play?
Ty tries to get help from his friends, but most of them are already preoccupied.
You got this postcard in the mail from Mimi.
He's on vacation? In Hawaii? Oh.
I don't have a care in the world, and I'm wishing you were here!
Never make that face again. It's like the face a pedophile makes when he hears they're renewing Toddlers and Tiaras. Oh, cut away from that!
Hi, Izzy. Welcome back.
So for a bunch of confusing exposition, or maybe not confusing, boring is a much better word, a whole bunch of shit is thrown at us about a Digimon cloning himself, taking over all the phone lines, operating all the computers of the world. And did I also mention he launches nuclear weapons on the side, too? We're not even halfway through this movie, and already they're throwing all this shit at us. How are you gonna top nuclear weapons about to destroy the world?
Agreed, it would be a little better if they saved this for the climax of the film, but hey, it's got some good animation, it's a touch suspenseful.
Oh yeah, there's so many characters I'm concerned about. Like, this girl I don't know, or these kids I just met, and these two that do nothing but quote awkward puns. Oh yeah, I really want to know what happens to them.
Oh, come on, you have to admit, it's a little bit exciting.
Exciting? It's almost a half an hour of people doing nothing but looking at their computer screen. That's really all that's going on. I mean, think about it. Is there anything more wasteful and useless than just look at your computer screen for almost a half hour? So Diaboromon is defeated, the nuclear bombs are deactivated and conveniently don't land on any civilians, and clearly, most important of all, Ty gets his email to his lovely lady friend.
Love that. So what's a few raindrops between friends of Ty?
Oh, I bet they make a cute couple. Whoa, what'd I say?
It would take too long to explain.
We better take a break here. We'll be back in a minute. See what Digimon does to people.
And they're supposed to be together, and stupid 02 epilogue.
You good?
I'll be fine.
You weren't even wearing mascara. How is it running?
I don't know. So, third story. Oh my god, 35 minutes to go.
Why do you keep mentioning the time anyway?
Well, that's one of the reasons this movie is so terrible. It has no arc, no connection between the three stories. You can pop on the movie at any point and have no idea if you're in the first act or near the climax or the resolution. Just it's a bunch of series of vignettes with no point. Well, one point, I guess. Make money for Fox Kids!
You'll lean in Poromon to match wits with the best of them, as well as tan lines. And there's Davis and Demi Vemon. Yeah, I know, Davis looks a lot like my brother Ty.
We blame lazy character design for that.
Ty and Kari are in New York because, Well, really, if we can't stay in the same story for 5 minutes, why should we stay in the same location? And they come across Willis.
Hey, he finally has a point in this movie.
Well, kinda-ish.
Kokomon, this has to stop!
You know, I'm glad they jump right into the fight sequence instead of, oh, I don't know, develop this Willis kid they've been building up for the past hour. Who wants to care about who's fighting when we could just jump straight to the fighting itself? So the American Rabbit and the Muppet Minstrel Show have a little fight until the big one disappears.
They call the other cast members down to Colorado, who, if you don't know the show, you have no idea who most of these kids are. Right, Critic?
Is that the California kid from The Wizard?
My point exactly.
California.
But Kokomon appears and the Digimon digivolve to fight him.
Digimon Digivolve to Digimon!
The fire of courage.
So, in their world, do texts always appear behind them like Scott Pilgrim? And for that matter, does every Digimon get a narrator to announce their name whenever they do this?
Raidramon, the storm of friendship.
Wouldn't that get old after a while?
Critic opens refrigerator. Critic drinks milk. Critic gives incredibly annoyed look. Critic walks off screen. Critic kicks the narrator in the balls.
And the narrator feels incredible pain.
And I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty much the rest of the movie. Just pointless fighting with really no purpose at all.
Back to the beginning.
The first act has no purpose. You will connect it to the plot.
Even the Pokemon movie at least had a moral. And okay, it was bullshit and it made no sense, but at least it was trying to have a point. This all seems entirely useless. Oh, wait, I take it back. There's a quick backstory about where Kokomon came from. But it goes by so fast, you almost miss it.
8 years ago, a Digi-Egg came out of my computer, and it hatched into twin Digimon, Terriermon and Kokomon. I finally had someone to play with, my very own pets, and they talked too. It was the best. Before my Digi-Egg could hatch, it was attacked by a virus, and it mutated into Diaboromon.
Yeah, the pacing in this movie is awful. That should have been like a big dramatic reveal if it took its time, develop some character, or at least slow down for a minute.
But even the backstory seems half-assed, with the plot being so rushed and there being no time to have the audience absorb what's going on. It's sort of like a story as complicated as Harry Potter was being given the same treatment.
Harry Potter had a family, but he didn't like them, but it's okay because he's going to a school where others like him, and there's magic, and he's magic too. But there's a bad teacher who it turns out isn't bad, but then it turns out he is bad, but then it turns out he isn't bad, maybe.
There's also a bunch of bad kids and a bad guy with no nose. They're really evil, except for maybe they might be good, except for one student might be good. And there's also a teacher who might be good, might be evil, I'm not entirely sure. And then they all lived in 3 books, pointlessly stretched out into 7 ever after.
Actually, maybe that would be better. Hell, even the emotional reactions are incredibly rushed. Look!
What's the matter with you?
That's the saddest story I ever heard.
I'm the one with the problem, not you. Get over it.
Okay.
I didn't edit that! I swear to God, I did not edit that scene at all. That's really how it's played. That is the real pacing of that moment.
Oh, come on, Critic, be fair. I'm sure some emotional issues can be resolved that well. You just have to be mature and...
Oh yeah? Get over that whole Ty and his lady friend thing.
Alright, fine, then I will.
What?
He was supposed to be with Ty and TK and Kari. We're supposed to have cute little perfect babies and Sub-Zero-2 in the eye socket.
What follows is fighting, and more fighting. God, I've never seen so much action be so boring. I mean, there's a rabbit with machine guns for hands. How do you make that boring? How?
Come on, we have to digivolve to our mega form so we can release the golden Digi-Eggs. Anjumon, morph digivolve to... Seraphimon.
Anjumon, Digivolve to... Magnadramon!
hell?
I'm sorry. I squeed.
You squeed. You squeed for something in this movie.
No, it's just like, okay, Patamon and Gatomon never achieved Mega Level in the show before, along with several other Digimon, but that's not important right now, and it's so rare to see, and they look so cool, and
Cool? It's a Burger King Kids Club chess piece and a My Little Pony version of Falcor.
Serafimon, carry me away in your big man-angel arms. I wanna hug
You
it.
need Digi-medication.
But in an exciting, if not kind of confusing climax, Kokomon somehow takes them back in time.
He can do that now?
I'm not questioning it. To a point when the virus that affected him was at a weaker stage. So they use their Digi-powers to defeat the virus, and Kokomon returns back to his normal form.
I guess without the virus, Kokomon couldn't heal himself anymore. The battle was too much for him.
Don't be sad, Willis. One thing you have to learn about Digimon, they never really die.
As long as there's someone around to buy our shit, we'll never disappear.
Kokomon!
Like I said, Willis learned about teamwork the hard way.
He did?
He also found out that Davis was right. Digimon never really die. Their information just gets reconfigured. Only sometimes they come back singing a different tune.
Smash Mouth!
Bingo!
Damn!
Yes! What did I win?
The everlasting shame that you watched this movie. What a piece of cock-a-dick. I know nothing about this show, and this movie didn't do anything to fix that. All it did was turn me off to it even more. They say it was 3 movies spliced together, and you know what? I believe it. There is no care about what happens to these characters or if the story makes any sense whatsoever.
Let me make this clear. I love Digimon, flaws and corniness and all. There was a passion and sincerity to the TV series, even the English language version, that surpassed any expectations for a marketing vehicle that existed. The production team was told to promote toys, and they made a moving, charming, fun story that fans still remember fondly today. But this? The purest and most obnoxious of cash-ins that takes the worst aspects of the show and blows them up tenfold in the hopes of making a quick buck for Fox. It's hilarious, it's embarrassing, it's pretty much unwatchable. The impact this movie has made on the Digimon franchise and its not-so-great reputation has made me so upset I can't even sleep tonight. And if I can't sleep tonight, nobody can.
I deserve a Joe signal, Chris.